Okay, I'm going to put it on. That when we do the second coat, we're going to keep the edges dark again and do the center edge dark, and then we're going to clean our brush off and only use a clean water brush to bring the colors into the middle so that we get that lighter color in the middle. That's going to give you that rounded texture. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start up here because I felt last time when I was doing the video, I kind of started in the middle and then my hand got, I had to rest my hand and it got on my paint. So I'm going to start away from the farthest away from me on my green one, on my half one. So you guys can start on any one that you want, whatever is going to be best for you. I think it's really important too that I show you my paints, because I don't want you to use too much water. If you use too much water, you've got that your paint will bleed outside the lines, and you don't want your paint to spread outside the lines, okay? So it's really important that either you use your paper towel to kind of get some of the water off of your brush, or again, we don't want it to be too soppy. So I just dipped my water or my brush in the water one time. I'm going to do it another time and just start mixing. I want to mix that green paint so that that pigment is really good and on my brush. I want you guys to watch me first and then you can do your own. I'll stop, okay? So I'm going to take this dark color. Again, I want the darkest color around my edge because that's going to make it to where it looks like it's curved. So again, we want to make sure that we do and stay right on that pencil drawing. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more on my brush and do that inner circle, because again, that's going to be where the curved part is. Now I'm going to clean off my brush and only have water, and then I'm going to start kind of turning and circling my brush because I don't want to have that edge, and pull that paint with just a clean water brush into the middle. Again, I'm not going to put more paint on my brush because I want it as light as possible in the middle of my donut. So we're going to kind of circle it a little bit. I'm not going to circle it on the very end because I want that to be as dark as possible. So we're going to pull that paint because it's going to make that green donut a little bit darker. But I just want to get rid of that line. Now what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to take some of this off. I want this middle part, and how I do that is I'll just get my brush and just dry it on my paper towel and kind of take some of this paint off because I want that middle to be as light as possible. Just like that. So I see I'm taking some of the paint off and just dabbing my brush on my paper towel. Okay, so, and then we're going to take that and again make that dark line on the outside. And remember, you guys, with watercolors, you have to kind of work a little kind of fast because they do dry. They dry kind of quickly, but that's okay. Okay, you're going to do dark on that outer edge and then dark again in the center circle, and then clean your brush off and only do water for this next one because you're pulling that paint from both sides onto the top of your donut. Remember, we want to get rid of that line that is on the inner ring of the donut. We don't want a line of paint there. I'm only using water. I'm not using any more paint for this section here. Because remember, we want the sides a lot darker than the top. Then what we're going to do is clean our brush off completely and go take some of that middle paint off. because I don't want to have the top of that, the middle of those donuts, to be that dark. Taking some of that off. So I'm just getting my clean brush and taking the water off, and then just kind of taking some of that paint off. Because the lighter it is on top, the more curvature it looks in your picture. And you guys, I think as we can just all paint together, you guys can start working on your other donuts now. I'm going to do the same thing and kind of just talk you through the same thing. It's kind of nice to have this second coat on your donuts because it's going to make them a lot more realistic looking. So again, I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush in the water a couple times to get that pigment nice and wet. And then I'm going to do my red one. This one, again, you have to kind of work fast because the paint dries, but I'm going to try to make sure that I do not go outside of my sketch lines. Good. We're just going to keep that outer ring, again, as dark as we possibly can because that's going to give us the curve of the donut. And then we're going to do that inner ring too, as dark as you possibly can. Then I'm going to clean my brush off and just use water now to pull that pigment into the center area of the donut from both sides. Again, we want to try to get rid of that line. We do not want to have a clean line of paint on the donut, so we're going to try to get rid of that, but I want to still keep the edge as dark as possible. Okay, we're going to pull that up. Good. And then I'm going to go back and take off some paint in the middle, because remember, we want that three-dimensional look. So I'm going to clean off some of that paint just with kind of like using my brush with nothing on it, and then taking my brush and like wiping it on my paper towels. Okay, the lighter it is on that center, the more curvature it looks. Okay, I'm going to go into my blueberry donut now. And you guys just keep going. We're just painting together. I love this. I wish I could just paint all day long. I just love painting. Okay, I'm going to go into my blue pigment again, only giving myself a couple dips in the water. We don't want it too runny. Same thing. I'm going to go around the edges and make those nice and dark. And you guys don't have to. Yeah.
This one's like, my blue one's like a little too like watery. Can I get like a paper towel?
Yeah, go get one.
Quick?
Yeah. Sometimes you can even dab that paper towel on your paper too if you got puddles. Yeah. Like get a piece of the paper towel and dab it on. Okay, now I'm going to go back and just use my water to pull. I don't want to get, now you guys, when I say use my water, you don't want to get too much water to where you've got puddles on your paper. You don't want that. You're really just utilizing that wet brush to pull a little bit of that blue back onto the top of the center of your donuts. And then once I've done that part, remember, I'm going to go ahead and dry my brush, or just kind of wipe it on my paper towel, and then take some of that paint back off, because I want it as light as I possibly can on that center. So I'm taking paint off now. Okay, good. And you guys don't have to go as fast as I'm going. That's okay. You can go just as much as you can. Hi, Weston. We are,
It would not let me in. It was same for the other class. It wouldn't let me in the whole time.
that is weird. Well, I'm glad you're here. So we're just kind of doing our second coat on our, yeah, and we're really doing the same thing as we did on the first coat. And you can go ahead and watch what I'm going to do with my yellow one. I'm going to make that ring on the outside nice and dark. Remember, the darker it is on the outside edges, the more it's going to be three-dimensional. Same with that middle part. And then I'm going to go back in and just with water, pull that paint to the center of the donuts.
Yeah, it said I was trying to join science.
That's weird. That's okay. No worries. You're here. That's good. And then I'm going to go back and take off some of that paint because I want to have that top center as light as possible.
This is blue?
Yeah.
What are you doing when you're done?
Okay, we're just going to kind of wait here for a second when we're finished. Yeah. Because we want to let that kind of dry. And they'll dry pretty quickly. So if you're done, it would be good for you to go ahead and take off, clean your brush real good. And if there's any mess on your in your paint palette, you can clean that too. I'm going to first just do some random little lines. Remember, there's not going to be any pattern to this. It's going to be all random. I might gather more in the middle because, like, if you've ever sprinkled anything, they want to kind of fall more in the middle than they do. So I'm going to go ahead and do small little lines first. Again, no pattern. They're going to be all random. And then I'm going to do some just dots towards the center because that's where a lot of them gathered. And you guys can do, if you have if you have a red marker, you can do this on your red donut if you'd like. Or if you have a blue, green, whatever. Now, to give it a little, hold on one second. To give it more depth, I'm going to do a little bit of black on there too. Because that way it's not going to be so one-dimensional on my sprinkles. And I'm going to just go ahead and do some black sprinkles also, because it's going to give it a little bit different color. I'm not going to follow what I did. I'm just going to create some different. Okay, so there is my sprinkle chalk. So on this one, I'm going to use my brown, and I'm going to do like a swirl. Because I'm just going to be doing a chocolate swirl on my green donuts. I'm going to try to do some red frosting with my red pastel. Pretty much same technique. I'm going to kind of do drizzling, but maybe I'm going to do just some circles. Just to give it a little bit of different decoration.
Maybe any design you want.
Yeah, any designs you want. Yep. So I used a little bit of a pastel for that. If you don't have a pastel, that's okay. I could only find 2 markers, so that's okay. If you have markers, that's great. If you have crayons, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and do some more sprinkles. I think I'm going to do my blue one with sprinkles also. And I think I'm going to try, we want to do kind of contrasting colors so that they'll show up. I have some crayons here, so I think I'm going to pull out some crayons. Let's see. So So you guys use whatever colors you want. Oh, good, Xander. Okay, you're fine with your step 2. No worries, no rush. I guess I'm just going to use my chocolate, my brown one, and let me think here. What kind of design? I think, and you guys make your designs if you want. Make them all different. If you want to kind of like think of some other designs that you want to do for sprinkles or anything like that, that's totally fine.
By the way, I'm making like a sunset donut.
Oh, nice. A sunset one? That's cool. Oh, you made a what? Oh, you know what else I remember is the it's kind of like a checker box, like instead of doing swirls, you would do kind of like a checker box. So if I took this and kind of did this, now you want to curve it a little bit because that's going to show us that there's curvature to the donut. And then I'm going to just go the other way now, so to make it kind of like a checkerboard. Again, you want to make sure that you're curving your lines if you do straight lines, because that's going to kind of help show the person that's looking at it that it's curved. So there's another possibility of you decorating one of your donuts. That's cool.
My idea just made my donuts twice as better.
I have an idea. You do a black back, but you don't want to take the risk of getting it on the donut. Why don't you take a picture beforehand and after?
Oh, good idea. I like that idea. I should have done that. I should have taken a picture before and after. Now I've kind of committed. I got to keep going.
You're recording, so it should be in a recording of the. You said you turned on the recording right when you finish all the donuts.
Yeah, so I've been recording me painting that black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the rest of mine black, and then I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat of black, because that might...
Well, I meant for the fact you said I don't have a picture of mine beforehand.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, duh. I can go ahead and do just a screenshot of it without the black. Good idea, good idea. I don't know. Now that I've got it all on there, you guys, I'm kind of liking my background.
Well, Mrs. Nicola?
Yeah.
Is this assignment labeled donut part 2?
Part 2, yep. Donut part 2. That's where you're going to submit it. And hey, you guys, when you're done with stuff, you have to submit it that day. Otherwise, it's considered late. Okay? So that's why we kind of take this time to do this together in class, so that you can get it submitted, because otherwise it's considered late. Okay? Nice.
I'm sorry for just a late.
Yeah, because otherwise you got to use a late submission pass, and that's silly if you just did it and you just didn't submit it. Okay?
Yeah.
What have you guys decided to do? Take a look at my donuts. Should I leave the inside white, or should I color the inside black?
Probably color the inside black.
Yeah, I think so too.
A bit tacky.
Depends if you want to make it look like all the black rounds are too.
True. But if I have it on a black tray, technically it would be black in the middle too, because, you know, that if I have it set on a tray, kind of like as a display.
Yeah, but normally you would be able to see through it like in between.
Yeah, true.
Black, so you can see the brown inside.
True.
Whatever color the donut is.
Right.
If you submitted it, are you allowed to go? Exit off now?
Yeah, who's talking?
Weston.
Weston, are you all done?
Yeah, I submitted it.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go eat? You're gonna go eat some donuts now?
I wish, but no.
Yeah, I wish too. Okay, yes, if you've submitted it, you're done. You have a really great weekend.
Alright, you do.
All right, bye-bye.
Mrs. Cole, can I leave too?
Did you submit yours?
Yeah.
Yes, you're done. I can't wait to see it. Thank you. Xander, what do you mean you're doing reverse donuts? I don't get it.
Oh, I think he's. Oh.
Nice. I like it. Okay, cool. Very cool.
Oh, the hat. That's what you meant.
How's your other classes going, you guys?
Good.
Very good.
Good. Like
I
what?
have a question.
Yeah.
Should I go? Real quick, should I go check the other Staker and Miss Reyes' classes and see if the 6th graders are there? Because none of them came into this class.
No, no,
8th and 7th and 8th.
no. I don't know. No, don't worry about
Should
it.
I go check if there's 6th graders?
No, that's okay. Cause the teachers.
No, that's okay.
That's nice, Sosie. The teachers would have told them to come to my class, but that's okay. At least I have this recorded so that they can see what we did. That's totally fine. Thank you for offering, though. I appreciate that.
Okay, got half of my donuts.
How you doing, Sophia? Did you get done? So are you able to submit that now? Nice. Okay, if you're done, Sophia, and you submitted it, then you are done for the day for art. So any... How about everybody? Does everybody get it all done?
I'm still working on it.
That's fine. Good, no worries. Nice, let's see, Tristan. Beautiful. I love it. That's great. That's really good. Nice job, Isaiah. You're going to keep your background white?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go ahead and take a picture of that, get that sent into the assignment. That would be good. I forgot to decorate my yellow one, so I'm going to do that right now. Let's see here. I think I'm going to do sprinkles on that one too. Actually, I'm going to do some, I wish I had some white. How's it
To
going?
the people. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
To the people. Oh, sorry.
That's okay, Tristan, go.
Here's a tip for everyone. If you want your donuts to look a bit more glossy, cover them up with a bit of white paint. They'll still keep the same color, but they'll look clean.
So, Miss Nicola, did you? Since you have the paint.
All right, thank you. You can go if you've submitted it. Have a good weekend. What did somebody say about my paint?
You said you don't have any white, but you have the paint.
Oh, I have white paint.
Try that.
Oh, maybe I'll try that on my yellow one. Good idea. Yeah, good idea. Try that on my yellow one. It seems real bright, though, for you guys to see. Let's see.
You just said you needed white for one of your donuts, and you said I don't have any white markers, so I was just saying you can use.
Yeah, I'm going to try that white paint. Good idea. Thank you. But, so you put some white glossy on there? Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to just do white on the top of my yellow, and that's going to give it a little bit of, make it really nice and light.
I have an idea for my donuts now. I'm gonna make seasonal donuts real quick. I'm gonna finish my donuts off seasonal.
I'm not-
Christmas. I'm gonna make a winter, and then I'm gonna make summer.
I love that. That is such a great idea. I love it. That's good.
I want to redo this when I'm done.
You want to redo
Make
it?
another one. Yeah, I want to make another one of these paintings.
Yeah, you can. You totally can. It's kind of good to do things a little bit, not just one time. Go ahead and do it as much as you can because that helps. It helps you with brush control. It helps with technique. And it can just help your overall painting skills if you do things over and over again. Because sometimes, like for instance, it's not like we've mastered this. Because really, mastering things, you have to do things over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Good. Your black donut has gold sprinkles? Cool! Where'd you get the gold? Do you have like a gold painting pen? Nice. I love that. Oh, that's right. I do have some of those pens. That's right. I have some metallic pins too. You just made me think of that, Xander. Good. I'm going to put some gold on my yellow one, I think.
I made my black donut Batman theme.
You made a Batman one?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I finished.
Art show and tell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love